I would like to show you how to insert a invisible zipper. This is really easy. I use a regular zipper foot and then some Wonder tape to attach my zip to my skirt. What I will do is I will draw a 1-inch line through the whole center back seam of my skirt. This I will use to baste, and after I've basted my skirt in the back, I will press that basting line and then I will remove it again. This gives me a nice line to put the teeth of my invisible zipper, and you will see that when we put the zipper in, you won't even see that there is a zipper. So look over my shoulder as we insert the invisible zipper, and I hope you will like to do it yourself and have a success every time that you try to put it in. I went ahead and I measured 1 inch from the edge on top and then 2 inches on the bottom, because remember I added some extra fabric for my vent in the back. I then took my tailor's chalk and I drew a nice line so that when I baste on this line, I know that I don't go skew or have an accident. So I will go to the sewing machine. I will put my sewing machine on the biggest basting stitch that I have, which is a number 6, and after that we will press the seam open. I have set my machine to the biggest basting stitch that I have, which is number 6. I will go ahead and baste all along this yellow line. I have my needle set to the middle position so that the yellow line that I have lined up with the little dot that I have on my sewing foot. Now we will go to the ironing board and we will press our seam open. Just before I press my back seam that we've basted, I will put some interfacing on the side where I will put my zipper. This is almost onto my stitches that I have put the interfacing. I will go ahead and I will steam press that and make sure that my interfacing is glued to my fabric. This will just stabilize the fabric for when I put my zipper in, so it just needs that little bit. If you do not have interfacing a little bit left or something, you can use seam tape as well. I just prefer interfacing. It's nice and wide and there's no chance that I would miss my tape when I sew. Now I like to use a seam roll whenever I press any of my seams. The reason for that is if you use a seam roll, because the seam roll is not flat, you won't have the edges of the fabric inside make a dent on the fabric when you press it. And it's very simple to use. Just take your seam roll and put it underneath. And then come in with this fabric I can press right on top. Make sure that you test a piece of your fabric before you just go with the iron on top. You don't want to scorch your fabric or melt it. So I'll just go ahead and press and then wait for the fabric to cool off. Just take a couple of seconds. And then I will move my fabric towards me, and you will see all that I press is about this wide. I do not press all the way to the edge, so I won't have the marking of my fabric on the other side. If you don't have a seam roll, you can use a tall glass as well. I've done that before. Okay, now we're done pressing. I will wait for this to cool down, and then I will go ahead and I will remove my basting stitch. I have removed my basting stitch, and now what we will do, we will attach our zipper to the skirt back. As you know, this invisible zipper, when you zip it up, you cannot see the teeth at all. So what you want to do is make sure you have your skirt with the wrong side up, and then you want to put the zipper exactly the way that it would be when you put the skirt on, with the right side down. So wrong side up with the zipper, wrong side up of the skirt. The next thing that you want to use is some Wonder Tape. This is really a nice thing to have. You will go ahead and unroll some of it, then attach the zipper, the Wonder Tape, to the zip on the right side, on the edge of the tape. You don't want to go close to the teeth. You want to have this right on the edge of the zipper tape. So I will go ahead and do that quickly. And just snip that off. Now the zipper tape, what you do is you actually remove the white part, and then the gummy part will stay behind, and that is what you will use to help your zipper stay put. Okay, so I'm going to open my zipper. I have the Wonder Tape on. And now what I want to do, I want to align the teeth with the edge of my skirt. I don't want to go over, I just want to put it right on the edge, okay? So when you open the zipper feet, the teeth of the zipper will be off from the fabric, but when the teeth is rolled back, just as when you take it out of the package, it will be exactly even with the seam that you've just placed. And now we will go to the sewing machine and we will sew. We will open this and sew right on the groove of this invisible zipper.